Juan Pablo Montoya. Welcome back to the TV show with Robin Miller and Ed Hinton alongside, and Montoya starring in the highlight reel. Let's have a look at tonight's edition of the Hot Topics. Whatever else was said about the NASCAR Busch race in Mexico, the hottest topic of all is this. Juan Pablo knocks teammate Scott Pruitt out of the way and goes on to win. And in the immediate aftermath, Robin Miller publicly threatened the life of a TV announcer. The backstory is a fuel system malfunction that cost JPM the lead and gave us a reason to show the pass for the lead again. Because for the record, not everybody thinks Juan knocked Scott out of the way. With that, we move on. The Rolex Sports Car Series, also in Mexico. Max Pappas and Alex Gurney swapping the lead until late in the race when perhaps Max had a misjudgment. In any case, he ran off the racetrack. That handed the win, the first of his Rolex career, to Gurney and teammate John Fogerty. That is also a first for the team. Congratulations to all, including friend of the show, Dan Gurney, Alex's proud papa. AMA Supercross in St. Louis last night. Whoa! Chad Reed and James Stewart tangle in turn one. Semi-retired part-time racer turned stock car guy Ricky Carmichael seized the moment, went on and won the race. Stewart second, Reed third. Afterward, the podium trio discussed what happened in the first turn, and the video of that discussion hints that James and Chad disagree. They go to Daytona next. More bikes. Disputing the argument that Ducati needs a displacement brake for its new 1098 to be competitive, defending world champ Troy Bayliss won this weekend in Australia on last year's 999. In race 2, Honda mounted James Toseland won, but Bayliss ran second. James leads the championship. Bayliss third in points behind Max Biaggi. Don't hold your breath waiting for that rule change, which, by the way, is also an issue here in America. Ducati has left AMA Superbike racing and say they won't be back until they can run the 1098. We'll talk to the champion of that series a little later. All right, it's a phone-in show, so let's go to the phones. Matt is on the line from Richmond, Virginia. Matt, what's on your mind tonight?
I'm just telling you that Montoya, he definitely did what was right. He's due for NASCAR. Too bad it wasn't in a Toyota and a car tomorrow, because then it could shut up all the media. And as far as seeing Robin and Tony next together, you guys are great. Both of you are champions. And Tony would have been the 500 champion if it wasn't for that punk Busch spinning him out there late in the race. Tony will prevail, and he is the man.
Covering a lot of ground there, but did I understand correctly that you think Montoya was in the right on the
he was on the inside. He was definitely on the inside. He turns left and right, unlike other guys.
And
That's why I'm a Tony Stewart fan.
And Robin, you saw it somewhat differently.
Matt, son, listen to me. This is Scott Pruitt's corner. He's the leader of the race. It's a right-handed corner. He's turning in, and he gets hit in the right rear quarter panel. And the sun must have been really hot because Rusty Wallace said, well, I think that was Juan's corner. And then by the end of the telecast, he backed off of that a little bit because you saw Todd Parrott in tears afterwards saying, I really feel bad about how he won this race. I mean, Montoya was the faster car. He was going to win the race.
You did, within the confines of our office, threaten to kill Rusty.
I did.
I'm not hate-mongering.
No, I retracted that because I don't think I'd like jail. And I couldn't kill Rusty anyway because he's already brain dead.
It was all in good fun, and it's part of the passion with which you guys do this. And part of the passion with which the fans disagree about what we just saw. Let's go to the emails, which give you a couple of different views of this. For example, Mike Cook in Syracuse, New York says Montoya went from world-class road racer to typical NASCAR bump-and-run hack. On the other hand, I say congratulations to Montoya since Pruitt cut in front of him and took himself out.
Oh, it's all wrestling now, ain't it? Vince McMahon, come on in. You and Jerry Springer are the commissioners of racing, and it's all over. We give up.
Line 2, Larry in Sacramento, California. Larry, what's on your mind tonight?
Hey, guys, love the show. Hey, Miller. Man, I didn't know things were that bad for you. Wearing the same shirt I saw with you about 7 months ago out in Infineon. Man,
he watched it since then.
Larry, if you'd have lost as many jobs as I had in the last 12 months, you'd be going to Goodwill and you'd be wearing, I'm proud to wear this Speed shirt.
He's taking care of the Speed channel tonight. At the break, he's bringing me coffee, donuts. He's calling me Mr. Despain.
Anything you need, Davey.
He wants to take care of that Speed channel gig. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back on the other side. We're going to get to the phones. We got lots of folks on the phones. We'll see what's on their mind tonight as we continue our conversation with Robin and Ed. Don't go anywhere. We're back. It's Wintunnel. It's phone-in show. So let's get to the phones. Scott in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. What's on your mind, Scott?
Hey, Dave. Love the show.
Thank
I just
you.
had a quick question. Do you think Juan Pablo was a religious man?
I don't know. I would assume he
Because,
might be Catholic, but that might be considered stereotypical.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because the coverage of him today, you would think he was the second coming of Christ. I was just wondering if there was anybody else on the track.
I couldn't agree more, Scott. I mean, if Jerry Punch said world-class superstar, one time he said it 1,000 times, and we saw over and over again. It was like there was nobody else in the race, and I know they want him to win because
that's what I'm talking about the what do the guy from Indianapolis call it, the paid shills or whatever. He is NASCAR's poster boy for capturing the entire Western Hemisphere in audience. And if NASCAR wants him promoted, he's going to be promoted.
Somebody has to be devil's advocate. The man drove to the lead in the race, came to pit road, had a fuel problem, came back out in the back of the field, drove back past the field, admittedly with the help of some caution flags, spun out the leader, and won. He was the story of the race.
Right, but not every lap. And isn't it amazing, not to throw down on NASCAR, of course, but earlier in the race, guys spun out and did a few things. There was no yellow. Late in the race, there was a little tiny piece of something, and it was another yellow and just another continuous yellow fest.
Let's go to Jeremy in Northville, Michigan. Jeremy, you're on.
Hey, Dave, Ed, Robin, not so much.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Hey, I'm a huge Pruitt fan and all, except I think he needs to quit whining. Juan obviously had the whole shot going into turn one, so he should have let him go by and gotten him later in turn 4 or later in turn 8, being that they still had, 4 laps to go?
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. People who know anything about road racing think Montoya had this corner, right? Let me tell you something. Montoya wouldn't have had that corner off 4 at Bristol, let alone on a road course.
Racing etiquette, road racing etiquette, as I understand it, says that is still Pruitt's corner. He's got to be a whole lot further up alongside of it.
He hit him on the right quarter panel. He wasn't there. He was here. And we're going to have a new show on Speed. We're going to teach you people how to watch a race. Dave and Ed and I will instruct it. Just pay attention.
I've seen NASCAR park people for rough driving for less than that.
It's true.
Let's go to Adam in Noonan, Georgia. Adam, you're on. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, I'm only 16 years old, and I think I understand something better than Brian France does.
What's that?
Toyota, if you take a look at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, it's completely dominated by Toyota. It's almost no point in watching it because you know Toyota is going to win every single week no matter what. How long do you think this is going to take until the next Tow Cup Series gets the same deal going on?
Gentlemen?
Well, it's like Robin was saying during the commercial break, when they go get Richard Childress and Rick Hendrick and people like that to run their teams, I don't think Michael Waltrip, Bill Davis, and, an upstart Red Bull team are the answer. No doubt about it, when international car makers come, they come trying to dominate, not just to compete. And I'm sure they want to dominate. Will they? I don't know. NASCAR pretty much, look, the whole thing at Daytona, when Toyota got popped so badly, part of that was saying, what, upside the head? Boy, do you realize where you're racing now? This is NASCAR, and you in a heap of trouble, boy. Now, you do what we say.
In short terms, because we got another commercial coming, you watch them come and go in open wheel racing. What's your take on how they've approached this, the teams that they've chosen?
Well, but they were so smart right off the bat because they got Darrell and Michael Waltrip to be their spokespeople, which kind of appeased the masses. Look, if DW says it's cool to drive a Toyota through a guy's front yard in a commercial, it's great. So they kind of played to the sympathies of these people, and now they got Michael in a car, and they've got Brian Vickers, and they've kind of, I think they've been pretty smart about how they did it. But when I hear them try and blame cheating on a mechanic, when I know that Toyota and Honda both try to out-cheat each other in kart in the IRL, give me a break.
We'll have a lot more of Ed and Robin shortly. And we're also going to have this guy being Ben Speeds. He's your AMA Superbike champion. He joins us live from Daytona. Hello, Ben. We'll be talking to you right after the commercial break. Don't go anywhere. It's Windtunnel, and we're live.